So today is November the 6th, and I am just starting with going over a study guide. Yes, we're doing it a day early. Main reason being because of the crazy weird schedule tomorrow with the Veterans Day program. Honestly, it works out to y'all's benefit because you get to have it for 2 days. So after today, you'll have the study guide for 2 days, which is nice. Starting out with the study guide. Okay, we have these words as a word bank. Okay, on the test, they'll be on the test. It's just they're not on this. I don't know why. Okay, so here we go. This is the actual study guide. Most classes have made it almost to the end today. We will see with this class. But they just had like 5 or 6 to finish for homework. Not a big deal. Okay, here we go. So, it says, number 1, an illustration that has an X and Y axis and is numbered with integers is a coordinate plane. I think of the word illustration as a picture because there's illustrators in library books, and I think of illustration as a picture, and that is the one thing we had that looked like a picture or a drawing or something. Okay. Number 2, blank is a mathematical sentence indicating that 2 quantities are not equal. Inequality. Guys, inequality. Inequalities. Number 1, okay, it's got the word equal in it. Okay, inequalities, got the word equal. In means not. We go back to those good old, what I call Greek and Latin prefixes and roots and all that stuff you people learn in reading class. Not equal. That's what that means here. So if you need to highlight those, it goes together. Okay, the third one. Blank is the distance from 0. Origin is 0. 0, 0. Distance. When we studied distance, we studied what?
Positive.
Absolute value. Yes. Absolute value. Absolute value means distance. How far something is from 0. The reason they call it absolute value is we know if it's a negative, even if it's -4, we turn it to a positive because distance is always positive. So it's a 4. Okay. Number 4. All the whole numbers, negative numbers, and 0 are considered
Negative.
I heard it. Integers. Integers. Guys, integers is just a fancy name for the numbers on a number line. Okay? Somebody had to give us fancier vocab. Number 5. The blank is the point of intersection of the X and Y axis on a coordinate plane. Origin. Yes. Origin is where the X and Y cross. It is where it originates, where we should start at. I think of intersection like where two roads cross and there's a stoplight. That's the origin. Okay. Number 6. Blank is neither a positive or a negative number. 0. Guys, what's the only number in your list? 0. See if that helps.
The next one is positive and negative.
Okay, so the one, what integer is always greater, positive, than the other one?
Negative.
Now, I am telling y'all, like I've told my other classes, from a lady who's graded probably over 1,000 of these tests before, and yes, I'm really not kidding. I need you to look, because I can tell you what, is two of the most missed mistakes for the last 10 years?
What?
Here we go. One is that kids leave off these answers because they're hanging out on the end. Okay, so look, if you haven't used all the words, something's wrong. Okay, and as far as I know, you use each word one time. So make sure you get them all filled in. Okay, the other issue is this. If we swap greater to less than,
It would be negative and positive.
right, the words switch. So just take it slow and make sure you read it. Okay, on the next one, here we go, number 8. Which point is located closest to -1/4 on the number line?
4.
Now, slow down, guys. Okay, -1/4 means -1/4. If you have a fourth of a pizza, do you have a whole pizza? No, you've just got one slice out of 4. So do you have a whole pizza? No. So you can't have one whole. You don't have 2 pizzas. You don't have 3 or 4 or 5.
That's B and I.
Okay, but listen, do you have one whole pizza?
No.
No.
It's 0.
Okay, it is C because C is like you don't have a whole yet. You've just got,
So you circle C.
officially we put it over there. But you've only got part of a pizza. You don't even have one whole yet. So C is the only answer that is possible. Okay. Number 9. Which point is located closest to 0.5 on the number line below?
C.
Guys, how much money is 0.5 or 0.50?
What you
50 cents.
How?
5 cents is 0.05. And if you're talking this point, you're talking 5.0. They're talking 50 cents. And you know you don't even have a dollar if you got 50 cents. Now granted it is positive. Slow down. Quit blurting out for me. Yes, half of a dollar. Now look back. Is it positive or negative?
Positive. Positive.
Positive. Now look, slow down.
It's behind the line.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what they're asking you.
It's behind. It's negative.
There's no negative sign right there.
But it's behind.
It's a 0.5.
Guys, we have a test in 2 days, and do you see that this is not negative? Are you serious? Because here's my thing, like that is 0.5 positive. My thing is this.
I don't know how it's positive though.
Okay, because if it was negative, it would look like this. It would have a negative sign in front of it.
Oh.
Okay? So, decimals. Good. No, it's a good question. Listen, that's what I need to know is what y'all don't know. Listen, you can have negative decimals. You can have negative fractions. So you just kind of have to switch your thinking to it being down here. So if you've got 0.5, they are talking positive. Now listen.
So the answer C.
It has to be C because from here down is the only positive answers.
So basically, is it less negative? You see which one is closest to the negative one.
Okay, so if it, like this C is 0.5. Okay, what is B, you think? Because we're on the negative, right?
Yep.
Negative, because you're on that side of 0. So you're on the negative side. So it's negative 0.5 or 0.50, right? What do you, and that one's negative 4.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay, if this was down here, it'd be negative 0.5. I mean 5. Woo, yes.
I know the answer number.
Okay, I'm not there yet. Relax, breathe. Is that, like, we're seeing this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's go down to 10. Absolute values from last week. So if you were absent last week. Okay, so, circle all comparisons that are true, though. Okay, so, starting out, King, is letter A an answer that is true? No.
2.
Because 5 is not less than a half. Okay. Is 12 less than 4?
No.
No. This is absolute value, so that works.
And then that D.
is right.
Okay. What worried me is earlier y'all, weren't saying D. Negative 2 is greater than negative 17.
Because
it's
$2.
Closer to 0, yes. Okay, take a minute. Be graphing these points on this number line. Finish numbering out the number line. So first number it.
Wait, okay, so when we're taking stuff like that, something said on my, just put it on the line.
Okay. Now the dots, the points, yes, they should be on the line.
Oh, okay, but the others weren't on the line.
Okay? They should be where the two lines cross. They shouldn't be what I call sticking up like a popsicle stick on top. They're supposed to be where the two lines cross. Make it bigger and fatter then. Make it bigger and fatter. Yeah. Now, the two, y'all can do these two. The two that make me wonder are the other two. And listen, if there's not a number there, I got drawing, I got reading index cards, I got reading library books.
I'm trying to stay awake. You're boring.
I'm honestly not worried. What I'm worried about is y'all's grades and your next test grade that is in 2 days.
Is she reading the book?
None of y'all's business.
I know what that one is 3, and then I know that one. No, it will be between.
Please stop blurting out. Thank you. Here we go. So, when we have negative 3.5, negative 3.5, number one, we start at 0, and we got to go to negative 3, and 0.5 is a little more. So, it's almost 4. Now, when you put the dot there, label it negative 3.5. It doesn't matter if you put it on the bottom or the top, but you've got to tell me what that point represents.
But what?
Please stop repeating everything.
Okay, but what if it is positive?
Okay, so if it was 3.5 positive, then you would go to the 3, and it would be right there. Okay, so that's that one. Now, if it's positive a half, it's like 50 cents. So I start at 0. Do I even have $1? No. So I'm right here in the middle. If it's positive a half or positive 0.5, it's between 0 and 1. Okay. On the next part, when you see these absolute values, I would write them, but that's just me, because sometimes you guys try to go too fast. Okay. Breathe, relax. Okay. Absolute value of -2 is 2. 10 is 10. Put a plus sign. 12. Okay, this is an 8. This is a 15 with a minus. 7. Because that's 8.
Isn't it a 5? Oh.
15 minus 8.
Okay.
You good? Okay. 3,
10.
7 plus 10. Yes.
25.
Now, I realize this one looks silly that they put the absolute values, but I need you to realize there is going to be a day that when you do some subtraction, you're going to get a negative answer by the end of this year. If you were to get a negative answer inside those bars, you would change it to a positive. But either way, it's 125. Okay? You just subtract 150 minus 25. Yes. Okay. Now, on the back, here we go. This test, there's a lot of little stuff. I don't think the test is going to take 3 days or anything. It's going to be a short test. But I think what happens is there's a lot of places to make little mistakes. Leave out a number, forget a negative sign. Just take your time. Take your time.
Okay, so if I'm just gonna wait till you get to 17.
You tell me. What do you think about 17?
Okay, but wouldn't you do the negative numbers first and then do the positive?
Yes, because least negative is smaller than all the positives.
It's like the 0 and the
Okay. Now, which...
5.
Okay, for 16? Yes. 16, -5.
3.
But
12.
Okay. Now, looking at this. Please, guys.
you call me slow. I didn't call you slow.
Okay. And I realize I've still got the number line on the wall, but I took off the words greater and less. This is where we're at with these numbers. I need you to think about it. You got to reproduce this number line on your paper. Do it. Okay. Starting out. So look at it. If I start at the end, that is the smallest. This end is smaller than that end. -5 is smaller than -4. Then the positives, 3, 10, and 12. So if you're going least to greatest, you got to go this way. Does that help a little bit? You got it so -10 is less than -1.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay? This is smaller, this is greater. Okay. So on this one, what is the smallest number?
-5. No, -8. 8.
Oh, wait.
This one.
-8.
-8, right. -8 is the smallest because it's the furthest to the left. Then
5.
-5,
Then 0.
then 0, then 9. Tomorrow you can sit back up this way, I guess, or scoot over a row. On the next part, okay, we are talking greater than, less than signs. Watch for negative numbers. Watch. So, 3 is larger than negative 3.
1's bigger than negative 3.
Negative 1, yes, is larger than negative 13.
10.
Because once again, please quit blurting out answers. Okay, so if I pull out the number line, okay, the negatives. So remember, your less ones are going to be down here, and negative 13 is going to be way down here. So negative 13 is less than negative 1. Does that help a little bit? Okay, so, which one's bigger? 10. Okay, I'll take that. I never know how to ask these. Okay, now this one. Guys, here's my thing with this one. Do you know how we're having to do the fraction to decimal equivalency memorization? Okay, 0.5 is the same as a half. A half is the same as 0.5. If you think of money, you could say 50 cents. Okay, but 4.5 is $4.50. 5.5 would be $5.50.
The $5 is bigger.
Yes. So, slow down. That's that front number that makes the difference.
And the last one's equal.
Okay. Now, this is the one that you just got wrong. Now, I need you to all slow down and look at this one. This is the absolute value of negative 1/4. So it is 1/4. This one is negative 1/4.
Oh.
This is the biggest mistake. And y'all are 5th period, and I'll say it. Y'all are the ones who do these little mistakes. You go too fast. Slow down. You know absolute value bars mean change it to a positive? Okay.
-2.
Please stop blurting out answers. Please. Thank you. Here we go. I'm going to call on some people after I do number 23 because he's already blurted it out. Okay, if Sammy lost $2 at the zoo, it's -2. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm breathing. I'm having a moment here. Okay. The weather is 7 below 0. -7.
Good job.
Okay. I won $10,000 from Publishers Clearinghouse. Riley. Uh-huh. And it's positive or negative? Positive, yes. It is a positive 10,500. I said it wrong. Winning money. Positive. Okay. Now, this one's controversial, meaning I don't love the way it's worded. It's meaning that Miss Curley, she used to be a math teacher, she gave away 10. It's kind of like tickets. Gave away 10 of these things today.
It's what she has to go on.
Well, is it -10 or positive 10?
Positive.
Okay, to me, well, I haven't said an answer yet.
Oh.
It matters who you're talking about. Because if she's getting rid of them, then it's -10. If it was the kid that was receiving it, it'd be positive 10. I honestly just don't like that sentence. Because it could be either way. But it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that one. Okay. Now, on this, I want you to spend just a minute or two. Listen. You are graphing. You're going to put a point for A.
A point for D.
A point for B. And then figure out the distance between them. Guys, I'm going to give them a few minutes. Yes. It's going to be a minute. Then you're going to do B, which is do this C, graph the D, and then do the distance. You got to do what? No, you don't even need Roman numerals in this part. You're just graphing. I'll give you a second.
So basically like 5.
I was just telling the kids that basically this question is testing two different things. One is, can you put a point on a graph? And I literally have to see if A is in the right place, B, C, and D. And then the other one, is the distance correct? Okay, so starting out. Here we go. Yes.
Mom, just waiting for you to call me for the answer.
Okay, so my question is, King, for A, for -2 and -4, should I go left or right?
Left.
Left, and -4, up or down? Down. Okay, so this, now one thing I need you to check. You have to put A. If you don't put an A, it's wrong.
Doesn't matter where you put it.
Nope, as long as it's around that circle somewhere. Okay, B is -2, and which way should I go? Up to 5. Now, one trick is, guys, when you look at this, they should be in a straight line. Okay, King, what is the distance between these? 9. So from here to here is 5. From here to here is 4. So it is 9.
5 equals 9.
Are we good so far? Okay. Ariana.
Oh, I was just waiting on this.
Okay, so C. When I do this one, C. Should I go to the left or the right?
Right.
Right. Ariana, should I go up or down? Down. And it should be C. Okay. And then Ariana, with the 4 and -3, should I go left or right? Right. -3 would be down. Give it a letter. D. And then it's how far? 3 apart. Okay. I would say that most of you, the only really big thing that you probably need to study is the vocab. One thing you could do is go back and just study putting numbers in order. Okay. But this is really just like the test. And since you have it for 2 days now, start studying.
Wait, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
We have the program again on Friday.
No. I did this today because tomorrow with that program, some of our classes are short. And I felt this is more important than graphing a bunch of dots to make a cute picture, to be honest. So,
I don't